Hi, we are FamiliAR. Before we dive in, we want to ask you a question. Have you ever imagined if an accident happens to your family or your loved ones? We never expect accident to happen, but for example, what if your kids fall from the stairs? Or your daughter got burned by hot water when she cooks? There are too many possibilities, and if it's not treated properly, it could get worse. And this is why we need to know the skill before an accident happens, because accident could happen all the time. Did you know, according to Ministry of Health, 36.5% of minor accidents occurred at home. Unfortunately, first aid training is optional to most people, and only certain people have the knowledge about first aid. For example, for those who work in the health industry or in certain industry which have first aid training as mandatory. So here, let's meet Miss Riri. Miss Riri is a housewife. Her daily activities are taking care of various household chores. Then, there was an accident that Miss Riri didn't expect to happen. She got hot water spilled on her hand. At the time, Miss Riri didn't know what to do and then she called her husband. When her husband came, he also started to panic when he saw her hand. From that accident, Miss Riri finally decided to prepare herself in case if another accident happened. She became aware about that accident and started to find out how to handle it. She browsed to the internet and found a text of information. She also found first aid courses, but it cost too much money. So, is this enough? Because the last time this accident happened, Miss Riri cannot think of what to do because she's too panicked. In that situation, imagine if she has to remember the text of information she read earlier. I doubt she'll memorize it by only reading the plain text. But what if there's another way to help Miss Riri memorize? Now imagine if there's a way to learn how to handle the common accident at home easily. You can learn it anywhere and anytime and practice on how to handle it. That's why we're here. Introducing FamiliAR, the first advanced first aid learning app from Indonesia. We set the new standard for overall learning experience. FamiliAR is an app that can help you and your family to learn about first aid practice for common accident at home by providing AR simulation. With AR simulation, we help family to learn about basic first aid practice and get used to the situation and tension when an accident occurs. By using the AR technology, we create the ultimate learning experience by simulating various of accident at home, and we also provide step-by-step instructions to handle it. So, no matter what the accident are, FamiliAR here to help you prepare easily. When you open the app, you will see various kind of accident that could happen at home. You can learn the accident in the learning simulation, and we also provide all the basic first aid information, and we record your practice so you can track your learning progress. Now, let's see how FamiliAR will help. After Miss Riri opens the app, she will see a brief usage of FamiliAR. So, let's get started. Miss Riri choose the skin burn simulation and then she start the simulation to learn about it.
First, Miss Riri have to scan the floor surface to project the 3D model from our app. And then, when she is ready, she can tap the screen to start the learning process.
Before taking first aid measures, we must make sure the conditions around us are safe, so turn off the stove first.
She will be guided with voice-over instruction in every step.
Check the condition of the burned skin, but do not try to remove anything that's stuck to the burnt skin, as this could cause more damage.
She can tap all the 3D model in the environment to interact with it.
Cool the burn with cool or lukewarm running water for 10 minutes. Find the nearest water faucet. Look for cling film around. Cover the burn with cling film. A clean, clear plastic bag can be used for burns on your hand.
After complete all the steps, Miss Riri can tap practice button to test herself about what she just learned. In this practice session, there will be no guidance, so Miss Riri have to rely on what she just learned. There will be timer so that Miss Riri can track her progress in every practice.
After she learned the simulation, she wants to learn other first aid practices, so she goes to the Explore First Aid page and then she chooses puncture. In here, she will be guided step by step with the provided information on how to handle this injury. And if she wants to see the record of the simulation practice, she could go to the practice page and see the history of her practices. So, how often does the user need to practice? Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be used on the daily basis, but the more you practice, the more you learn, because practice makes perfect, right? In the future, we will use the freemium business model. Why? With freemium business model, our users could download our app for free and are offered optional in-app purchases to unlock premium features. We plan to add various AR simulation for many kinds of first aid such as bicycle accident, fall from stairs, knife cut, and many more. Our app will be expanded by adding more first aid simulation. But due to time concerns, for now we only have the skin burn simulation. Our product have potentially big scalability, and it's not only from the content itself, but also from the user's perspective. First aid can be learned for family member and people in common. So basically, first aid can be useful for everyone. And to expand our users, we plan to gain partnership with public health center, schools, collaborate with organizations such as Indonesian Red Cross, so this app will catch more attention on the public eye. This app would not be possible without the hard work of our team members. There are some cool people who invented it. So, introducing the people behind FamiliAR. On the creative team, we have Safira, Reza, and Azrullah as our designers. And on the tech team, we have Siddiq, Azrullah, Fiona, Maritia, and myself, Ivan, as the software engineers. And an honorable mention to the doctors who helped us during this project, Dr. Dede Maulana, Dr. Anissa Suherman, Dr. Chut Mulyani, Dr. Chut Silviana, and Dr. Rido Rahma. Here's a testimony from one of our users. FamiliAR is available on test flight. So, what are you waiting for? Protect your family and your loved ones by learning first aid with FamiliAR, because prevention is better than cure.